just ask, because there are people here pressed on us, that Brian just explains next steps. And we did put an appointments and points committee on Tuesday. We made sure that that post of safeguarding and adult social services was being recruited. And just
okay, that's it. Sorry. No, Steve, come on. Carry on. Right now,
do all we can to maintain services but cost effectively.